Sometimes it's not the loneliness that hurts. It's the almost, the we could have been, the it felt so real, the maybe if timing was different. Those are the heartbreaks no one warns you about. The ones that don't end in fights, just in silence. You gave your best, they gave some of theirs, and somehow it still wasn't enough. You walk away not angry, just tired. Tired of starting over. Tired of hoping again. Tired of believing that this time might be it. But that exhaustion, that quiet ache, is part of the process, because disappointment isn't the end of your story. It's just one of the chapters that teaches you what love really requires. Section 2. The pain that doesn't show. We often grieve people who are still alive, not because we want them back, but because we saw a future that never happened. You find yourself missing conversations that once felt effortless. You replay moments in your head, wondering if you said something wrong or missed something you should have noticed. You scroll through old texts just to confirm it was real. That's what disappointment does. It lingers. Not loud enough to break you, but quiet enough to follow you everywhere. And what makes it harder? You can't always explain it to others, because how do you describe losing something that never fully began? But here's the truth. You're not foolish for believing in something that didn't last. You were brave enough to try again. And that's not something to be ashamed of. Section 3. The lesson beneath the pain. Disappointment has a strange way of revealing who we are. It strips away illusions, the what-ifs, the should-bes, and leaves behind something honest, the truth. And sometimes that truth hurts. It shows you where you ignored red flags because you wanted connection more than clarity. It shows you how much of yourself you give when you care. It shows you that love, without mutual effort, will never be enough. But here's the gift hidden inside that pain. Every heartbreak fine-tunes your discernment. It sharpens your instincts. It teaches you to recognize genuine energy when it finally walks in. So yes, disappointment stings, but it also strengthens, because every person who wasn't the one was still part of the preparation for when the right one arrives. Section 4. The shift. Redefining what failure means. You didn't fail because it didn't last. You didn't fail because it didn't become forever. You simply reached the end of what that connection was meant to teach you. Some people come to show you love's potential. Some come to show you what it's not. And a few come to remind you what you still need to heal before you can hold something real. So don't measure the value of love by its length. Measure it by what it revealed. Because not every connection is meant to stay. Some are meant to awaken. And when you start to see it that way, you stop carrying disappointment as a wound. You start carrying it as wisdom. Section 5. The healing process. Here's the truth most people won't tell you. Healing doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop needing closure to move forward. There will be days when you still think of them. Days when a song brings them back. Days when your heart still flinches at the memory of what could have been. That doesn't mean you're not over it. It means you're human. Healing isn't linear. It's layered. Some lessons come back, not to break you, but to see if you're still the same person who once accepted less. So be gentle with yourself. You're not behind. You're learning to walk through life without letting the past hold your hand. The goal isn't to never be disappointed again. It's to know that when it happens, it won't destroy you, because you've learned how to rebuild. Section 6. Faith and finale. Maybe right now, it feels like you've been through too much. Like every time you open your heart, it costs you a little more to try again. But remember this, love doesn't skip the ones who are patient. It just takes its time with the ones who are being refined. The right one won't arrive to erase your pain. They'll arrive to make sense of why it had to happen. And when that day comes, you'll see that every disappointment was direction, not denial. You'll thank the people who walked away. You'll bless the seasons that felt empty. You'll realize it all had a purpose, to bring you back to yourself. So if you're in that in-between space right now, and trust it, you're not being punished, you're being positioned. The heartbreak, the confusion, the silence, they're not signs that love forgot you. They're proof that you're still brave enough to believe. Keep your heart soft, keep your standards high, and when love finds you again, and it will, you'll be ready. Because the one who's meant for you won't confuse you, they'll clarify you. And you'll look back and realize every disappointment was just guiding you closer to the one who never leaves. Every ending was a redirection, not rejection. Subscribe, like, share.